The most expensive paintings in the world. The art market's prices rise every year. Take a peek at these beauties. The first item on the list is $165 million. So unless you're a billionaire, a hedge fund manager, or a member of the royal family, everything on this list will be a dream. However, fantasies do come true. Therefore, here's a list of the world's most expensive paintings. Welcome back to Wealth Zone. Be sure to smack that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and share the wealth by spreading this video with your business partners. Number 10. Masterpiece. Roy Lichtenstein, $165 million. The 10th most valuable painting in the world is Roy Lichtenstein's masterpiece from 1962. The painting, which was inspired by comic book illustrations, competes with some of his other well-known works, such as Wham, as well as Look Mickey. Stephen A. Cohen, a hedge fund billionaire and ardent art collector, paid $165 million for the painting in 2017. Number 9. New Couché, Amedeo Modigliani, $170.4 million. Modigliani's most well-known nude, which he first displayed in 1917 during a solo exhibition in Paris, shows a naked woman sitting on a crimson sofa. Chinese billionaire Liu Yichuan paid an exorbitant price for this edition in 2015 for $170.4 million. He bought the sculpture using his American Express card in a single transaction, according to reports. However, after only a few hours of its premiere, the French authorities were forced to take action since many people thought it was an incident. Number 8. La Femme d'Alger, version O, Pablo Picasso, $179.4 million. La Femme d'Alger, version O, part of Picasso's La Femme d'Alger Women of Algiers series from 1954 to 1955. It was the 15th and final edition of the series, which was meant to honor his buddy, Henri Matisse. It was sold at auction for 2 years until Salvatore Mundi smashed the record. Hamad bin Jassim bin Jaber Al Thani, Qatar's former prime minister, bought the painting. The Qatari royal family purchased this one-of-a-kind Pablo Picasso painting in 2015. The image depicts Algerian concubines in their harem with a hookah, which they use to inhale hashish or opium. This specific artwork is regarded as the series' masterpiece, with its references to Cubism, a response to the artist Delacroix's work, and an echo of Matisse's work. Christie's deems this painting a sensation. It's almost as if it's a new painting style. Number 7. Pendant portraits of Martin Solmens and Abjen Koppet, Rembrandt, $180 million. These two Rembrandt works, painted in 1634 to commemorate Martin and Abjen's wedding, have never been separated. These were his first full-length portrait paintings. The picture is currently on display at the Rijksmuseum, which shares ownership with the Louvre in 2015. It was once owned by the Rothschild family. Even though they move between two museums, they're always shown together and have never been separated. The pieces were purchased through a private agreement facilitated by Christie's for prices ranging from 80 million euros to 100 million euros each. The intricately painted portraits of the newlyweds displayed the sitter's encouragement of the young artist, who was only 28 at that time. They had last been publicly shown in 1956 in the Netherlands, prior to the private sale. Despite the fact that the two paintings are owned independently, the institutions have agreed that they would always be displayed together due to French legislation. Number 6. Violet, Green, and Red, Mark Rothko, $186 million. Violet, green, and red may not be to everyone's taste, yet it has had a significant impact on contemporary art since its introduction. It's possible that the artwork is even more famous because it's one of the 36 paintings in the Bouvier affair. The court case between Russian businessman Dmitry Rybolovlev and his art dealer Yves Bouvier is still ongoing. Dmitry says that Yves scammed him of hundreds of millions of dollars by overcharging him for many paintings, an accusation that Yves vehemently denies. The title of this artwork is self-explanatory. Thus, you don't need a picture to visualize it. Mark Rothko, a famous Russian-American abstract expressionist, painted it in 1951. Number 5. 17A Jackson Pollock, $200 million. This 1948 Jackson Pollock painting was the second piece of art purchased by hedge fund manager Kenneth C. Griffin in a $500 million deal in 2015. Although number 17A is not currently on display, there are several great Pollock collections on show in museums across the world, including the Museum of Modern Art in New York or MoMA. Number 4. Nefe Fa Ipoipo, Paul Gauguin, $210 million. Paul Gauguin, a French post-impressionist, created this painting during his first trip to Tahiti. It was one of the many paintings he did of the island's native women, and the title translates to "When Will You Marry?" Two women from Tahiti, where Gauguin spent some time, appear in the painting. They sit amid a wonderfully colored landscape of blue, green, and gold in this oil painting. In 2014, it was purportedly sold to Qatar's royal family. The picture was formerly known as the world's most expensive painting, having sold for $210 million. Number 3. The Card Players, Paul Cézanne, $250 million. The Card Players by Paul Cézanne is the world's third most valuable painting. It's one of 5 paintings from the same named series by the French painter from the 1890s. The royal family of Qatar bought it in 2011, apparently paying twice the previous record for any artwork sold at auction. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Musée d'Orsay, the Courtauld, and the Barnes Foundation all have similar works with the same title. Number 2. Interchange, Willem de Kooning, $300 million. Willem de Kooning's famous 1955 work was inspired by his surroundings while residing in New York City and was sold for the most money ever paid in a private sale. The artist's subject area shifted from painting women to painting abstract cityscape landscapes in Interchange. It was sold for $300 million to hedge fund billionaire Kenneth C. Griffin, who bought it alongside his Jackson Pollock number 17A buy. The Interchange is now on display at the Art Institute of Chicago if you want to see one of the world's most expensive paintings. Number 1. Salvator Mundi, Leonardo da Vinci, $450.3 million. The most valuable artwork in the world is Leonardo da Vinci's representation of Jesus Christ holding a crystal orb. King Louis XII of France commissioned the artwork in 1605. About the same time as the Mona Lisa. However, it vanished from all records between 1763 and 1900 until it was recovered in 2005 by a group of British art traders. They spent 6 years fixing and researching the picture after purchasing it for $10,000 before revealing that it was a Da Vinci original. The picture was shown at the National Gallery of London in 2011. And was dubbed the Lost Leonardo since it was the first Da Vinci discovery since 1909. The validity of this piece by Leonardo da Vinci, painted in the 1500s, has been questioned. The art world is still divided about whether the picture is indeed Da Vinci's or the work of one of his talented disciples. Regardless, it was auctioned for $450 million in 2017 at Christie's. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, Saudi Arabia's crown prince, purchased the piece through his Minister of Culture. The picture was supposed to be on show at the Louvre, Abu Dhabi. However, it was postponed. According to the Wall Street Journal, it was allegedly held up aboard a Saudi prince's boat and would be displayed at Saudi Arabia's very own Future Cultural Center in Al Ula. That concludes our impressive array of the most valuable artwork ever sold. These paintings have fetched astronomical sums of money. Fortunately, some have been donated or borrowed by museums so the general public can see them, but many are now in private collections. But if you're in the wealth zone, you'll be able to see them. So be sure to like this video for The Peep Show. Subscribe if you haven't already, ring the notification bell, and share this video. Also, be sure to check out the Wealth Zone archive for more videos covering affluent times.